Georgism. 39 languages. Georgist campaign button from the 1890s in which the cat on the badge refers to a slogan, "Do you see the cat?" to draw analogy to the land. Question 1. Shashinsha mark emoji used by Georgists online due to its Georgist redirects here. For the Romanian political group, see National Liberal Partiption U. For systems of taxation based on one tax, see single tax. This article needs additional citations for verification. Please help improve this article by adding citations to reliable sources. Unsourced material may be challenged and removed. Find sources: Georgism News, Times Newspapers, Times Books, Times Scholar, Times Gster, February 2023. Learn how and when to remove this message. Georgism, also called in modern times Geoism, 3, 4, and known historically as the single tax movement, is an economic ideology holding that people should own the value that they produce themselves, while the economic rent derived from land, including from all natural resources, the commons, and urban locations, should belong equally to all members of society. 5, 6, 7. Developed from the writings of American economist and social reformer Henry George. The Georgist paradigm seeks solutions to social and ecological problems, based on principles of land rights and public finance that attempt to integrate economic efficiency with social justice. 8, 9. Georgism is concerned with the distribution of economic rent caused by land ownership, natural monopolies, pollution rights, and control of the commons, including title of ownership for natural resources and other contrived privileges, for example, intellectual property. Any natural resource that is inherently limited in supply can generate economic rent, but the classical and most significant example of land monopoly involves the extraction of common ground rent from valuable urban locations. Georgists argue that taxing economic rent is efficient, fair, and equitable. The main Georgist policy recommendation is a tax assessed on land value, arguing that revenues from a land value tax, LVT, can be used to reduce or eliminate existing taxes, such as on income, trade, or purchases, that are unfair and inefficient. Some Georgists also explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF resemblance to a yellow and green shield. 2. Advocate for the return of surplus public revenue to the people by means of a basic income or citizens' dividend. Henry George popularized the concept of gaining public revenues mainly from land and natural resource privileges with his first book, Progress and Poverty. 1879. The philosophical basis of Georgism draws on thinkers such as John Locke, 10, Baruch Spinoza, 11, and Thomas Paine. 12. Economists from Adam Smith and David Ricardo to Milton Friedman and Joseph Stiglitz have observed that a public levy on land value does not cause economic inefficiency, unlike other taxes. 13. 14. A land value tax also has progressive tax effects. 15. 16. Advocates of land value taxes argue that they reduce economic inequality, increase economic efficiency, remove incentives to underutilize urban land, and reduce property speculation. 17. Georgist ideas were popular and influential during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. 18. Political parties, institutions, and communities were founded on Georgist principles during that time. Early devotees of Georgia's economic philosophy were often termed single taxers for their political goal of raising public revenue mainly or only from a land value tax, although Georgists endorsed multiple forms of rent capture, for example seigniorage, as legitimate. 19. The term Georgism was invented later, and some prefer the term Geoism as more generic. 20. 21. Main tenets, edit. See also, land value tax. Henry George is best known for popularizing the argument that government should be funded by a tax on land rent rather than taxes on labor. George believed that although scientific experiments could not be performed in political economy, theories could be tested by comparing different societies with different conditions and by thought experiments about the effects of various factors. 22. Applying this method, he concluded that many of the problems that beset society, such as poverty, inequality, and economic booms and busts, could be attributed to the private ownership of the necessary resource, land rent. In his most celebrated book, Progress and Poverty, George argues that the appropriation of land rent for private use contributes to persistent poverty in spite of technological progress, and causes economies to exhibit a tendency toward boom and bust cycles. According to George, people justly own what they create, but natural opportunities and land belong equally to all. 6. The tax upon land values is, therefore, the most just and equal of all taxes. It falls only upon those who receive from society a peculiar and valuable benefit, and upon them in proportion to the benefit they receive. It is the taking by the community, for the use of the community, of that value which is the creation of the community. It is the application of the common property to common uses. When all rent is taken by taxation for the needs of the explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. A supply and demand diagram showing the effects of land value taxation, in which burden of the tax is entirely on the landowner when the tax is implemented. The rental price of land does not change and there is no deadweight loss. Community, then will the equality ordained by nature be attained. No citizen will have an advantage over any other citizen save as is given by his industry, skill, and intelligence, and each will obtain what he fairly earns. Then, but not till then, will labor get its full reward, and capital its natural return. Henry George, Progress and Poverty. Book 8, Chapter 3. George believed there was an important distinction between common and collective property. 23. Although equal rights to land might be achieved by nationalizing land and then leasing it to private users, George preferred taxing unimproved land value and leaving the control of land mostly in private hands. George's reasoning for leaving land in private control and slowly shifting to land value tax was that it would not penalize existing owners who had improved land and would also be less disruptive and controversial in a country where land titles have already been granted. Georgists have observed that privately created wealth is socialized via the tax system, for example, through income and sales tax, while socially created wealth in land values are privatized in the price of land, titles and bank mortgages. The opposite would be the case if land rents replaced taxes on labor as the main source of public revenue. Socially created wealth would become available for use by the community, while the fruits of labor would remain private. 24. According to Georgists, a land value tax can be considered a user fee instead of a tax, since it is related to the market value of socially created locational advantage, the privilege to exclude others from locations. Assets consisting of commodified privilege can be considered as wealth since they have exchange value, similar to taxi medallions. 25. Failed verification, a land value tax, charging fees for exclusive use of land, as a means of raising public revenue is also a progressive tax tending to reduce economic inequality. 15. 16. Since it applies entirely to ownership of valuable land, which is correlated with income. 26. And there is generally no means by which landlords can shift the tax burden onto tenants or laborers. Landlords are unable to pass the tax on to tenants because the supply and demand of rented land is unchanged. Because the supply of land is perfectly inelastic, land rents depend on what tenants are prepared to pay, rather than on the expenses of landlords, and so the tax cannot be passed on to tenants. 27. Economic properties, edit. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. See also, optimal tax and tax incidence. Standard economic theory suggests that a land value tax would be extremely efficient. Unlike other taxes, it does not reduce economic productivity. 17. Milton Friedman described Henry George's tax on unimproved value of land as the least bad tax, since unlike other taxes, it would not impose an excess burden on economic activity, leading to zero or even negative deadweight loss. Hence, a replacement of other more distortionary taxes with a land value tax would improve economic welfare. 28. As land value tax can improve the use of land and redirect investment toward productive, non-rent-seeking activities, it could even have a negative deadweight loss that boosts productivity. 29. Because land value tax would apply to foreign land speculators, the Australian Treasury estimated that land value tax was unique in having a negative marginal excess burden, meaning that it would increase long-run living standards. 30. It was Adam Smith who first noted the efficiency and distributional properties of a land value tax in his book The Wealth of Nations. 13. Ground rents are a still more proper subject of taxation than the rent of houses. A tax upon ground rents would not raise the rents of houses. It would fall altogether upon the owner of the ground rent, who acts always as a monopolist, and exacts the greatest rent which can be got for the use of his ground. More or less can be got for it according as the competitors happen to be richer or poorer, or can afford to gratify their fancy for a particular spot of ground at a greater or smaller expense. In every country the greatest number of rich competitors is in the capital, and it is there accordingly that the highest ground rents are always to be found. As the wealth of those competitors would in no respect be increased by a tax upon ground rents, they would not probably be disposed to pay more for the use of the ground. Whether the tax was to be advanced by the inhabitant or by the owner of the ground, would be of little importance. The more the inhabitant was obliged to pay for the tax, the less he would incline to pay for the ground, so that the final payment of the tax would fall altogether upon the owner of the ground rent. Both ground rents and the ordinary rent of land are a species of revenue which the owner, in many cases, enjoys without any care or attention of his own. Though a part of this revenue should be taken from him in order to defray the expenses of the state, no discouragement will thereby be given to any sort of industry. The annual produce of the land and labor of the society, the real wealth and revenue of the great body of the people, might be the same after such a tax as before. Ground rents and the ordinary rent of land are, therefore, perhaps, the species of revenue which can best bear to have a peculiar tax imposed upon them. Nothing can be more reasonable than that a fund which owes its existence to the good government of the state should be taxed peculiarly, or should contribute something more than the greater part of other funds, towards the support of that government. Adam Smith, The Wealth of Nations, Book V, Chapter 2. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Benjamin Franklin and Winston Churchill made similar distributional and efficiency arguments for taxing land rents. They noted that the costs of taxes and the benefits of public spending always eventually apply to and enrich the owners of land. Therefore, they believed it would be best to defray public costs and recapture value of public spending by applying public charges directly to owners of land titles, rather than harming public welfare with taxes assessed against beneficial activities such as trade and labor. 31-32. Henry George wrote that his plan for a high land value tax would cause people to contribute to the public, not in proportion to what they produce, but in proportion to the value of natural, common opportunities that they hold, monopolies. He went on to explain that by taking for public use that value which attaches to land by reason of the growth and improvement of the community, it would make the holding of land unprofitable to the mere owner, and profitable only to the user. A high land value tax would discourage speculators from holding valuable natural opportunities, like urban real estate, unused or only partially used. Henry George claimed this would have many benefits, including the reduction or elimination of tax burdens from poorer neighborhoods and agricultural districts, the elimination of a multiplicity of taxes and expensive obsolete government institutions, the elimination of corruption, fraud, and evasion with respect to the collection of taxes, the enablement of true free trade, the destruction of monopolies, the elevation of wages to the full value of labor, the transformation of labor-saving inventions into blessings for all, and the equitable distribution of comfort, leisure, and other advantages that are made possible by an advancing civilization. 33. In this way, the vulnerability that market economies have to credit bubbles and property manias would be reduced. 17. Sources of economic rent and related policy interventions, edit. See also, Pigovian tax and severance tax. Income flow resulting from payments for restricted access to natural opportunities or for contrived privileges over geographic regions is termed economic rent. Georgists argue that economic rent of land, legal privileges, and natural monopolies should accrue to the community, rather than private owners. In economics, land is everything that exists in nature independent of human activity. George explicitly included climate, soil, waterways, mineral deposits, laws /forces of nature, public ways, forests, oceans, air, and solar energy in the category of land. 34-35, while the philosophy of Georgism does not say anything definitive about specific policy interventions needed to address problems posed by various sources of economic rent, the common goal among modern Georgists is to capture and share, or reduce, rent from all sources of natural monopoly and legal privilege. 36-37. Henry George shared the goal of modern Georgists to socialize or dismantle rent from all forms of land monopoly and legal privilege. However, George emphasized mainly his preferred policy known as land value tax, which targeted a particular form of unearned income known as ground rent. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. George emphasized ground rent because basic locations were more valuable than other monopolies and everybody needed locations to survive, which he contrasted with the less significant streetcar and telegraph monopolies, which George also criticized. George likened the problem to a laborer traveling home who is waylaid by a series of highway robbers along the way, each who demand a small portion of the traveler's wages, and finally at the very end of the road waits a robber who demands all that the traveler has left. George reasoned that it made little difference to challenge the series of small robbers when the final robber remained to demand all that the common laborer had left. 38. George predicted that over time technological advancements would increase the frequency and importance of lesser monopolies, yet he expected that ground rent would remain dominant. 39. George even predicted that ground rents would rise faster than wages and income to capital, a prediction that modern analysis has shown to be plausible, since the supply of land is fixed. 40. Spatial rent is still the primary emphasis of Georgists because of its large value and the known economies of misused land. However, there are other sources of rent that are theoretically analogous to ground rent and are debated topics of Georgists. The following are some sources of economic rent. 41, 42, 43. Extractable resources, minerals and hydrocarbons, 44, 45. Severables, forests and stocks of fish, 37, 46, 47. Extraterrestrial domains, geosynchronous orbits and airway corridor use, 42, 43. Legal privileges that apply to specific location, taxi medallions, billboard and development permits, or the monopoly of electromagnetic frequencies, 42, 43. Restrictions / taxes of pollution or severance, tradable emission permits and fishing quotas, 36, 42, 43. Right-of-way, transportation, used by railroads, utilities, and Internet service providers, 48, 49, 50. Issuance of legal tender, see senior age, 36, 51. Privileges that are less location-dependent but that still exclude others from natural opportunities. Patents, 52, 53. Where free competition is impossible, such as telegraphs, water, gas, and transportation, George wrote, such business becomes a proper social function, which should be controlled and managed by and for the whole people concerned. Georgists were divided by this question of natural monopolies and often favored public ownership only of the rents from common rights of way, rather than public ownership of utility companies themselves. 33. Georgism and Environmental Economics, edit. The early conservationism of the progressive era was inspired partly by Henry George, and his influence extended for decades afterward. 54. Some ecological economists still support the Georgist. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Policy of land value tax as a means of freeing or rewilding unused land and conserving nature by reducing urban sprawl. 55, 56, 57. Pollution degrades the value of what Georgists consider to be commons. Because pollution is a negative contribution, a taking from the commons or a cost imposed on others, its value is economic rent, even when the polluter is not receiving an explicit income. Therefore, to the extent that society determines pollution to be harmful, most Georgists propose to limit pollution with taxation or quotas that capture the resulting rents for public use, restoration, or a citizen's dividend. 36, 58, 59. Georgism is related to the school of ecological economics, since both propose market-based restrictions for pollution. 55, 60. The schools are compatible in that they advocate using similar tools as part of a conservation strategy, but they emphasize different aspects. Conservation is the central issue of ecology, whereas economic rent is the central issue of geoism. Ecological economists might price pollution fines more conservatively to prevent inherently unquantifiable damage to the environment, whereas Georgists might emphasize mediation between conflicting interests and human rights. 37, 61. Geolibertarianism, a market-oriented branch of geoism, tends to take a direct stance against what it perceives as burdensome regulation and would like to see auctioned. Pollution quotas or taxes replace most command and control regulation. 62. Since ecologists are primarily concerned with conservation, they tend to emphasize less the issue of equitably distributing scarcity/pollution rents, whereas Georgists insist that unearned income not accrue to those who hold title to natural assets and pollution privilege. To the extent that geoists recognize the effect of pollution or share conservationist values, they will agree with ecological economists about the need to limit pollution, but geoists will also insist that pollution rents generated from those conservation efforts do not accrue to polluters and are instead used for public purposes or to compensate those who suffer the negative effects of pollution. Ecological economists advocate similar pollution restrictions but, emphasizing conservation first, might be willing to grant private polluters the privilege to capture pollution rents. To the extent that ecological economists share the geoist view of social justice, they would advocate auctioning pollution quotas instead of giving them away for free. 55. This distinction can be seen in the difference between basic cap and trade and the geoist variation, cap and share, a proposal to auction temporary pollution permits, with rents going to the public, instead of giving pollution privilege away for free to existing polluters or selling perpetual permits. 63, 64. Revenue uses, edit. The revenue can allow the reduction or elimination of taxes, greater public investment /spending, or the direct distribution of funds to citizens as a pension or basic income /citizens dividend. 37, 65, 66. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Georgist single tax poster. Published in the Public, a Chicago newspaper. C. 1910-1914. In practice, the elimination of all other taxes implies a high land value tax, greater than any currently existing land tax. Introducing or increasing a land value tax would cause the purchase price of land to decrease. George did not believe landowners should be compensated and described the issue as being analogous to compensation for former slave owners. Other jurists disagree on the question of compensation. Some advocate complete compensation while others endorse only enough compensation required to achieve Georgist reforms. Some jurists advocate compensation only for a net loss due to a shift of taxation to land value. Most taxpayers would gain from the replacement of other taxes with a tax on land value. Historically, those who advocated for taxes on rent tax only great enough to replace other taxes were known as endorsers of single tax limited. Synonyms and variants, edit. Most early advocacy groups described themselves as single taxers, and George reluctantly accepted the single tax as an accurate name for his main political goal, the repeal of all unjust or inefficient taxes, to be replaced with a land value tax. LVT. Some modern proponents are dissatisfied with the name Georgist. While Henry George was well known throughout his life, he has been largely forgotten by the public, and the idea of a single tax of land predates him. Some now prefer the term Geoism, 2167, with geo, from Greek gamma g earth, land, being the first compound of the name George. The terms earth sharing, 70, geonomics, 71, and geolibertarianism, 72, are also used by some Georgists. These terms represent a difference of emphasis and sometimes real differences about how land rent should be spent, citizens' dividend, or just replacing other taxes, but they all agree that land rent should be recovered from its private recipients. Compulsory fines and fees related to land rents are the most common Georgist policies, but some jurists prefer voluntary value capture systems that rely on methods such as non-compulsory or self-assessed location value fees, community land trusts, 73, and purchasing land value covenants, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78. Some jurists believe that partially compensating landowners is a politically expedient compromise necessary for achieving reform. 79, 80. For similar reasons, others propose capturing only future land value increases, instead of all land rent. 81. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Henry George, whose writings and advocacy form the basis for Georgism. Some libertarians and minarchists take the position that limited social spending should be financed using Georgist concepts of rent value capture, but that not all land rent should be captured. Today, this relatively conservative adaptation is usually considered incompatible with true geolibertarianism, which requires that excess rents be gathered and then distributed back to residents. During Henry George's time, this restrained Georgist philosophy was known as single tax limited, as opposed to single tax unlimited. George disagreed with the limited interpretation, but he accepted its adherents, for example, Thomas Shearman, as legitimate single taxes. 82. Influence, edit. Georgist ideas heavily influenced the politics of the early 20th century. Political parties that were formed based on Georgist ideas include the Commonwealth Land Party in the United States, the Henry George Justice Party in Victoria, the Single Tax League in South Australia, and the Justice Party in Denmark. In the United Kingdom, George's writings were praised by emerging socialist groups in 1890s such as the Independent Labour Party and the Fabian Society, which would each go on to help form the modern day Labour Party. 83. The Liberal government included a land tax as part of several taxes in the 1909 People's Budget intended to redistribute wealth, including a progressively graded income tax and an increase of inheritance tax. This caused a political crisis that resulted indirectly in reform of the House of Lords. The budget was passed eventually, but without the land tax. In 1931, the minority Labour government passed a land value tax as Part 3 of the 1931 Finance Act. However, this was repealed in 1934 by the national government before it could be implemented. In Denmark, the Georgist Justice Party has previously been represented in Folketinget. It formed part of a centre-left government 1957-60 and was also represented in the European Parliament 1978-1979. The influence of Henry George has waned over time, but Georgist ideas still occasionally emerge in politics. For the United States 2004 presidential election, third party presidential candidate Ralph Nader mentioned George in his policy statements. 84. Economists still generally favor a land value tax. 85. Monetarist economist Milton Friedman publicly endorsed the Georgist land value tax as the least bad tax. 14. Economist Joseph Stiglitz stated that not only was Henry George correct that a tax on land is non-distortionary, but in an equilibrium society, tax on land raises just enough revenue to finance the optimally chosen level of government expenditure. 86. He dubbed this proposition the Henry George theorem. 87. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 1914 Billboard citing Henry George in Rockford, Illinois. Henry George School of Social Science in New York City. Communities, edit. Several communities were initiated with Georgist principles during the height of the philosopher's popularity. Two such communities that still exist are Arden, Delaware, which was founded in 1900 by Frank Stevens and William Lightfoot Price, and Fairhope, Alabama, which was founded in 1894 under the auspices of the Fairhope Single Tax Corporation. 88. Some established communities in the United States also adopted Georgist tax policies. A Georgist in Houston, Texas, Joseph J. Pastrizza, promoted a Georgist club in that city, established in 1890. Years later, in his capacity as a city alderman, he was selected to serve as Houston Tax Commissioner, and promulgated a Houston Plan of Taxation in 1912. Improvements to land and merchants' inventories were taxed at 25% of the appraised value, unimproved land was taxed at 70% of appraisal, and personal property was exempt. This was calculated using the Summers system. 89. This Georgist tax continued until 1915, when two courts struck it down as violating the Texas Constitution in 1915. 90. This quashed efforts in several other Texas cities towards implementing the Houston Plan. Beaumont, Corpus Christi, Galveston, San Antonio, and Waco. 91. The German Protectorate of the Kiautku Bay Concession in Jiaoju Bay, China, fully implemented Georgist policy. Its sole source of government revenue was the land value tax of 6%, which it levied in its territory. The German colonial empire had previously had economic problems with its African colonies caused by land speculation. One of the main reasons for using the land value tax in Jiaoju Bay was to eliminate such speculation, which the policy achieved. 92. The colony existed as a German protectorate from 1898 until 1914, when seized by Japanese and British troops in World War I. In 1922, the territory was returned to the Republic of China. Georgist ideas were also adopted to some degree in Australia, Hong Kong, Singapore, South Africa, South Korea, and Taiwan. In these countries, governments still levy some type of land value tax, albeit with exemptions. 93. Many municipal governments of the United States depend on real property tax as their main source of revenue, although such taxes are not Georgist as they generally include the value of buildings and other improvements. One exception is the town of Altoona, Pennsylvania, which for a time in the 21st century only taxed land value, phasing in the tax in 2002, relying on it entirely for tax revenue from 2011, and ending it 2017. The Financial Times noted that Altoona is using LVT in a city where neither land nor buildings have much value. 94. 95. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. In 2023, Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan and Michigan State Representative Stephanie Young proposed replacing existing property taxes with a land value tax. 96. Following the 2008 recession and Citi's 2013 bankruptcy, speculators bought cheap property, expecting to profit from the city's recovery. This plan to shift the cost of municipal services to owners of empty land, while exempting community gardens and parks, will require approval from the Michigan Legislature and Detroit City Council before being added as a ballot measure for Detroit residents. 2. 97. Institutes and organizations, edit. Various organizations still exist that continue to promote the ideas of Henry George. According to the American Journal of Economics and Sociology, the periodical Land and Liberty, established in 1894, is the longest-lived Georgist project in history. 98. Founded during the Great Depression in 1932, the Henry George School of Social Science in New York offers courses, sponsors seminars, and publishes research in the Georgist paradigm. 99. Also in the U.S., the Lincoln Institute of Land Policy was established in 1974 based on the writings of Henry George. It seeks to improve the dialogue about urban development, the built environment, and tax policy in the United States and abroad. 100. The Henry George Foundation continues to promote the ideas of Henry George in the United Kingdom. 101. The IU is an international umbrella organization that brings together organizations worldwide that seek land value tax reform. 102. Reception, edit. The economist Alfred Marshall believed that George's views in progress and poverty were dangerous, even predicting wars, terror, and economic destruction from the immediate implementation of its recommendations. Specifically, Marshall was upset about the idea of rapid change and the unfairness of not compensating existing landowners. In his lectures on progress and poverty, Marshall opposed George's position on compensation while fully endorsing his ultimate remedy. So far as land value tax moderately replaced other taxes and did not cause the price of land to fall, Marshall supported land value taxation on economic and moral grounds, suggesting that a 3 or 4% tax on land values would fit this condition. After implementing land taxes, governments would purchase future land values at discounted prices and take ownership after 100 years. Marshall asserted that this plan, which he strongly supported, would end the need for a tax collection department of government for newly formed countries. Where land was not already private, Marshall advocated implementing George's economic proposal immediately. 103, 104. Karl Marx considered the single tax platform as a regression from the transition to communism and referred to Georgism as capitalism's last ditch. 105. Marx argued that the whole thing is simply an attempt, decked out with socialism, to save capitalist domination and indeed to establish it. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Afresh on an even wider basis than its present one. 106. Marx also criticized the way land value tax theory emphasizes the value of land, arguing that George's fundamental dogma is that everything would be all right if ground rent were paid to the state. 106. Richard T. Ely agreed with the economic arguments for Georgism but believed that correcting the problem the way Henry George wanted, without compensation, was unjust to existing landowners. In explaining his position, Ely wrote, "If we have all made a mistake, should one party to the transaction alone bear the cost of the common blunder?" 107. John R. Commons supported Georgist economics but opposed what he perceived as an environmentally and politically reckless tendency for advocates to rely on a one-size-fits-all approach to tax reform, specifically, the single tax framing. Commons concluded the distribution of wealth, with an estimate that perhaps 95% of the total values represented by these millionaire fortunes is due to those investments classed as land values and natural monopolies and to competitive industries aided by such monopolies, and that tax reform should seek to remove all burdens from capital and labor and impose them on monopolies. However, he criticized Georgists for failing to see that Henry George's anti-monopoly ideas must be implemented with a variety of policy tools. Commons wrote, "Trees do not grow into the sky, they would perish in a high wind. And a single truth, like a single tax, ends in its own destruction." Commons uses the natural soil, fertility and value of forests as an example of this destruction, arguing that a tax on the in situ value of those depletable natural resources can result in overuse or over-extraction. Instead, Commons recommends an income tax-based approach to forests similar to a modern Georgist severance tax. 108, 109. Other contemporaries such as Austrian economist Frank Fetter and neoclassical economist John Bates Clark argued that it was impractical to maintain the traditional distinction between land and capital and used this as a basis to attack Georgism. Mark Blorg, a specialist in the history of economic thought, credits Fetter and Clark with influencing mainstream economists to abandon the idea that land is a unique factor of production and hence that there is any special need for a special theory of ground rent, claiming that this is in fact the basis of all the attacks on Henry George by contemporary economists and certainly the fundamental reason why professional economists increasingly ignored him. 110. Robert Solow endorsed the theory of Georgism, while being wary of the perceived injustice of expropriation. Solow stated that taxing away expected land rents would have no semblance of fairness. However, Georgism would be good to introduce where location values were not already privatized or if the transition could be phased in slowly. 111. George has also been accused of exaggerating the importance of his all-devouring rent thesis in claiming that it is the primary cause of poverty and injustice in society. 112. George argued that the rent of land increased faster than wages for labor because the supply of land is fixed. Modern. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Economists, including Ottmar Edenhofer, have demonstrated that George's assertion is plausible but was more likely to be true during George's time than now. 40. An early criticism of Georgism was that it would generate too much public revenue and result in unwanted growth of government, but later critics argued that it would not generate enough income to cover government spending. Joseph Schumpeter concluded his analysis of Georgism by stating that it is not economically unsound, except that it involves an unwarranted optimism concerning the yield of such a tax. Economists who study land conclude that Schumpeter's criticism is unwarranted because the rental yield from land is likely much greater than what modern critics such as Paul Krugman suppose. 113. Krugman agrees that land value taxation is the best means of raising public revenue but asserts that increased spending has rendered land rent insufficient to fully fund government. 114. Georgists have responded by citing studies and analyses implying that land values of nations like the United States, the United Kingdom and Australia are more than sufficient to fund all levels of government. 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121. Anarcho-capitalist political philosopher and economist Murray Rothbard criticized Georgism in Man, Economy, and State as being philosophically incongruent with subjective value theory, and further stating that land is irrelevant in the factors of production, trade, and price systems. 122, but this critique is seen by some, including other opponents of Georgism, as relying on false assumptions and flawed reasoning. 123. Austrian economist Friedrich Hayek credited early enthusiasm for Henry George with developing his interest in economics. Later, Hayek said that the theory of Georgism would be very strong if assessment challenges did not result in unfair outcomes, but he believed that they would. 124. Lists of Georgists, edit. Economists, edit. Harry Gunnison Brown, 125. John R. Commons, 126, 127, 128. Raymond Crotty, 129, 130. Herman Daly, 131. Paul Douglas, 132, 133. Ottmar Edenhofer, 134, 135, 136. Fred Foldbury, 137. Milton Friedman, 138. Mason Gaffney, 139, 140. Max Hirsch, 141. Harold Hotelling, 142, 143, 144, 145. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Wolf Lajinsky, 146. Donald Shoup, 147, 148, 149. Herbert Simon, 150. Robert Solow, 111. Joseph Stiglitz, 151. Nicolaus Tideman, 152. William Vickery, 153, 154, 155. Leon Walras, 156. Philip Wicksteed, 157. Michael Hudson, 158, 159. Heads of Government, edit. John Balance, 160, 161. Winston Churchill, 162, 163, 164, 165. Alfred Deakin, 166. Andrew Fisher, 167. George Gray, 168. Rutherford B. Hayes, 169. Billy Hughes, 170. Robert Stout, 171. Sun Yat-sen, 172, 173, 174. Other political figures, edit. Herbert Evatt, 175. John Peter Altgeld, 176, 177. Newton D. Baker, 178, 179. Willie Brown, 180. Clyde Cameron, 181. George F. Cotterill, 182, 183, 184. William J. Gaynor, 185. Frederick C. Howe, 186. Blas Infante, 187. Tom L. Johnson, 188. Samuel M. Jones, 189. Frank de Joas, 190. Franklin Knight Lane, 178. Hazen S. Pingree, 191, 192, 193. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Philip Snowden, 194, 195. Josiah C. Wedgwood. William Borchop Wilson, 178. Jackson Stitt Wilson, 196, 197. Andrew McLaren MP, 198. Joshua Nkamo, 199. Baldomero Argent, 200. Activists, edit. Jane Addams, 201, 202. Peter Barnes, 203. Sarah Bardfield, 204. Michael Davitt, 205. Samuel Gumpers, 206, 207. Bolton Hall, 208. Hubert Harrison, 209, 210. John Haynes Holmes, 211, 212. Stuart Headlam, 213, 214. Mary Elizabeth Leese, 215. Benjamin C. Marsh, 216, 217. James Ferdinand Morton, 218, 219. Thomas Mart Osborne, 220, 221, 222. Amos Pincott, 223, 224. Terence V. Powderly, 225. Samuel Seabury, 226. Catherine Helen Spence, 227. Helen Taylor, 228. William Simon Uren, 229. Ida B. Wells, 230. Francis Willard, 231. Authors, edit. Ernest Howard Crosby, 202. Charles Eisenstein, 232. Hamlin Garland, 233, 234. Fred Harrison, 235. James Ahern, 236. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Ebenezer Howard, 237, 238, 239. Elbert Hubbard, 240. Aldous Huxley, 241. Montero Lobato, 242. James Howard Kunstler, 243. Jose Marti, 244, 245. William D. McCracken, 233. Albert J. Nock, 246. Kathleen Norris, 247. Upton Sinclair, 248, 249. George Bernard Shaw, 250. Leo Tolstoy, 251, 252. Charles Erskine Scott Wood, 253, 254. Frank McKee Crown, 255, 256. Arthur Desmond, 257, 258. Journalists, edit. William F. Buckley, Jr. 259. Timothy Thomas Fortune, 260. Theodore Herz, 261. Michael Kinsley, 262, 263, 264. Suzanne La Follette, 265, 266. Dylan Matthews, 267, 268. Raymond Moley, 269. Charles Edward Russell, 270. Jacob Rutis, 271, 272. Rehan Salam, 273. Horace Trobel, 274. Martin Wolfe, 275. Marin Somerset Webb, 276, 277. Brand Whitlock, 278, 279. 280. Tim Worstall, 281. Matthew Yglesias, 282, 283. Artists, edit. David Barcrack, 284. John Wilson Bengoff, 285. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Daniel Carter Beard, 286, 287, 288. Matthew Bellamy, 289. George de Forest Brush, 290. Walter Burley Griffin, 291, 292. John Hutchinson, 233, 293. George Innes, 294. Emma Lazarus, 295, 296. Agnes de Mille, 297. Henry Churchill de Mille, 298, 299. William C. de Mille, 300, 301. Francis Nielsen, 302, 303. Eddie Palmieri, 304. Banjo Patterson, 305. Louis Prang, 306. William Lightfoot Price, 307. Frank Stevens, 308. Frank Lloyd Wright, 309. Philosophers, edit. Ralph Borsodi, 310. Ludwig Buchner, 311. Nicholas Murray Butler, 312, 313. Frank Chodorov, 314, 315. John B. Cobb, 316. John Dewey, 317. Silvio Giselle, 318. Leon McLaren, 319, 320, 198. Franz Oppenheimer, 261. Philippe van Parages, 321, 322. Bertrand Russell, 323, 324, 325. Hillel Steiner, 326. Curtis Yovin, 327, 328. Others, edit. Martin Luther King Jr., 329. Roger Babson, 330. Louis Brandeis, 331, 332. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Clarence Darrow, 333, 334, 335. Albert Einstein, 336, 337. Henry Ford, 338. Spencer Heath, 339, 340. Mumia Abu-Jamal, 341. Marguerite Kennedy, 342. John C. Lincoln, 343. Elizabeth Magee, 344, 345. Edward McGlynn, 346. Bucky O'Neill, 347. George Foster Peabody, 221, 222. Louis Freeland Post, 348. Walter Rauschenbusch. Raymond Espruance, 349. Selvinus P. Thompson, 285. Fisk Warren, 350, 351. Alfred Russel Wallace, 352. Joseph Fels, 353. Sam Altman, 354. Vitalik Buterin, 355. See also, edit. Agrarian Justice. Arden, Delaware. Basic Income. Cap and Share. Causes of Poverty. Citizens' Dividend. Classical Economics. Classical Liberalism. Community Land Trust. Communism. Deadweight Loss. Diggers. Economic Rent. Enclosure. Excess burden of taxation. Externality. Feudalism. Free market environmentalism. Free Wirtschaft. Geolibertarianism. Green economy. Labor economics. Laissez-faire. Land economics. Landed property. Land law. Land monopoly. Land registration. Land tenure. Land value tax. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Law of rent. Lockean proviso. Manorialism. Natural and legal rights. Neoclassical liberalism. Optimal tax. Physiocracy. Pigovian tax. Poverty reduction. Progress and poverty. Progressive era. Prosper Australia. Radical centrism. Rent seeking. Tax reform. Tax shift. Three principles of the people. Tragedy of the anticommons. Value capture. Wealth concentration. YIMBY. References, edit. 1 Seeing the Cat. Henry George Institute. Retrieved 19 August 2018. 2 AB Doherty, Connor, 12 November 2023. The Georgists are out there, and they want to tax your land. The New York Times. 3 Foldbury, Fred. Geoism Explained. The Progress Report. Archived from the original on March 17, 2015. Retrieved 12 January 2014. 4 Geoism Explained on Public Access TV by me, video. HuffPost. 14 June 2012. Retrieved 15 May 2023. We talked about Geoism / Georgism. 5 An Introduction to Georgist Philosophy and Activity. Council of Georgist Organizations. Archived from the original on 29 April 2019. Retrieved 28 June 2014. 6 AB Heavy, Jerome F. July 2003. Comments on Warren Samuels' Why the Georgist Movement Has Not Succeeded. American Journal of Economics and Sociology. 62, 3593599. Do. 10.1511/1150.7150.00230. JSTA 34878813. Human beings have an inalienable right to the product of their own labor. 7 McNabb, Jane. How the reputation of Georgists turned minds against the idea of a land rent tax. PDF. Business School, the University of Western Australia. Archived from the original, PDF, on 12 August 2014. Retrieved 18 June 2014. 8 Gaffney, Mason, Harrison, Fred, 1994. The Corruption of Economics. London, Shepherd. Walwyn. ISBN 978-0-85683-244-4. 9 Hudson, Michael, Feder, Chris, and Miller, George James, 1994. A Philosophy for a Fair Society. Archived 5 November 2018 at the Wayback Machine. Shepherd Walwyn, London. ISBN 978-0-85683-159. 1. 10 Locke, John, 1691. Some Considerations of the Consequences of the Lowering of Interest and the Raising the Value of Money. Archived from the original on 8 February 2016. 11 Gaffney, Mason. Logos Abused, The Decadence and Tyranny of Abstract Reasoning in Economics, PDF. Retrieved 22 December 2013. 12 Agrarian Justice, Wikisource edition, paragraph 12. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 13 A.B. Smith, Adam, 1776. Chapter 2, Article 1, Taxes upon the Rent of Houses. The Wealth of Nations, Book V. 14 A.B. Tideman, Nicolaus, Gaffney, Mason, 1994. Land and Taxation. Shepherd Walwyn in association with Center for Incentive Taxation. ISBN 978-0-85683-162-1. 15 A.B. Binswangham His, Hans P. Bourguignon, Camille, Brink, Rogier van den, 2009. Binswanger. His, Hans P. Bourguignon, Camille, van den Brink, Rogier, eds. Agricultural Land Redistribution. Toward Greater Consensus. World Bank. Do. 10.1000-596/978-0-8213-7627-0. ISBN 978-0-8213-7627. 0. A land tax is considered a progressive tax in that wealthy landowners normally should be paying relatively more than poorer landowners and tenants. Conversely, a tax on buildings can be said to be regressive, falling heavily on tenants who generally are poorer than the landlords. 16 A.B. Plummer, Elizabeth, March 2010. Evidence on the distributional effects of a land value tax on residential households, PDF. National Tax Journal. 6392. Do. 10.17310/ntj.2010.1.03. S2 SID 535859774. Archived from the original, PDF, on 10 January 2015. Retrieved 7 January 2015. 17 A.B. Siemgluski, William J. Franzen, Re Ltd. 2017. Land Value Taxation, An Applied Analysis. Ashgate Publishing. ISBN 9780754614906. Retrieved 9 October 2017 via Google Books. 18 The Forgotten Idea That Shaped Great U.S. Cities by Mason Gaffney and Rich Nimoan, Commons. Magazine, 17 October 2013. 19 Economics and Political Economy. Understanding Economics. Retrieved the 27th of March, 2015. 20 Tideman, NIC. Basic Principles of Geonomics. Retrieved the 15th of January, 2015. 21 AB Casal, Paula, 2011. Global Taxes on Natural Resources, PDF. Journal of Moral Philosophy. 8, 33073272, 10.1163/174552411x591339. Retrieved the 14th of March, 2014. Georgism can also invoke a philosophical tradition encompassing the views of John Locke and Thomas Paine as well as Henry George. 22 Progress and Poverty, Introduction. www.henrygeorge.org. Retrieved the 9th of October, 2017. 23 Common Rights vs. Collective Rights. geolib.com. Retrieved the 9th of October, 2017. 24 Poverty, Earth-Sharing Canada. earthsharing.ca. Retrieved the 9th of October, 2017. 25 Inman, Philip, the 16th of September, 2012. Could we build a better future on a land value tax? The Guardian. Retrieved the 14th of January, 2014. 26 Aaron, Henry, May 1974. A New View of Property Tax Incidents. The American Economic Review. 64, 2. Retrieved the 7th of January, 2015. Dead link. 27 Adam Smith, The Wealth of Nations Book V, Chapter 2, Part 2, Article I, Taxes upon the Rent of Houses. 28 Foldbury, Freddie. Geo-Rent, A Plea to Public Economists. Econ Journal Watch, April, 2005, 1. 29 Stiglitz, Joseph. Thomas Piketty and Joseph Stiglitz. INE Techonomics. Archived from the original. On the 21st of December, 2021. Retrieved the 14th of April, 2015. 30 Rethink. Tax Discussion Paper for March, 2015, PDF. The Australian Government, the Treasury. Archived from the original, PDF, on the 17th of April, 2015. Retrieved the 14th of April, 2015. 31 Franklin, Benjamin, 1840. Memoirs of Benjamin Franklin, Volume 2. McCarty and Davis. p. 32. Retrieved the 13th of December, 2014. 32 Shine, Mary L. 1922. Ideas of the Founders of the American Nation on Landed Property. University of Wisconsin. p. 196. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 33 AB George, Henry, 1997. An Anthology of Henry George's Thought. Rochester, NY, University of Rochester Press. ISBN 978-1878822819. 34 George, Henry, 1905. Protection or Free Trade. 35 George, Henry, 1879. Progress and Poverty. Cosimo. BK. 1 Chapter 2. ISBN 1596059516. Archived. From the original on the 27th of March 2022. Retrieved the 19th of September 2021. 36 ABCD Davies, Lindy. The Science of Political Economy, What George Left Out. Economic Science course by the Henry George Institute. Retrieved the 16th of June 2014. 37 ABCD Batt, H. William. The Compatibility of Georgist Economics and Ecological Economics. Archived from the original on the 4th of June 2016. Retrieved the 9th of June 2014. 38 George, Henry, 1886. Protection or Free Trade. New York, Doubleday, Page and Company. 39 George, Henry, 1997. An Anthology of Henry George's Thought, Volume 1. University of Rochester Press. p. 148. ISBN 9781878822819. Retrieved the 16th of June 2014. 40 A.B. Mattauch, Linus, Siegmeier, Jan, Edenhofer, Ottmar, Krusig, Felix, 2013. Financing Public Capital through Land Rent Taxation, a Macroeconomic Henry George Theorem, PDF. C. Isafo. Working Paper, 4280. 41 Tideman, Nicolaus. Using Tax Policy to Promote Urban Growth. Retrieved the 9th of June, 2014. 42 ABCD Gaffney, Mason, the 3rd of July, 2008. The Hidden Taxable Capacity of Land, Enough and to Spare, PDF. International Journal of Social Economics, Summer 2008. Retrieved the 13th of June, 2014. 43 ABCD Fitzgerald, Carl. Total Resource Rents of Australia, PDF. Prosper Australia. Retrieved the 16th of June, 2014. 44 Harris, C. Lowell, 2006. Non-Renewable Exhaustible Resources and Property Taxation. American Journal of Economics and Sociology. 65, 3693699 10.1550.2006.2006.00470.x. 45 George, Henry, 1997. An Anthology of Henry George's Thought, Volume 1. University of Rochester Press. p. 156. ISBN 9781878822819. Retrieved the 16th of June, 2014. 46 George, Henry. Scotland and Scotsman. Archived from the original on the 10th of August, 2014. Retrieved the 16th of June, 2014. Address delivered on the 18th of February, 1884 at the City Hall, Glasgow. 47 Miller, Joseph Dana, 1921. To Hold the Sea in Fee Simple. The Single Tax Review. 2122, 37. Retrieved the 16th of June, 2014. 48 Darrow, Clarence, the 14th of January, 2014. How to Abolish Unfair Taxation. Retrieved the 15th of June, 2014. 49 Sullivan, Dan. Are you a real libertarian, or a royal libertarian? Retrieved the 15th of June, 2014. 50 Post, Louis F. Outlines of Louis F. Post's lectures. Retrieved the 15th of June, 2014. 51 Zillinger, Stephen. Henry George's Concept of Money, full text, and its implications for 21st century reform. American Monetary Institute. Archived from the original on 4 June, 2013. Retrieved the 13th of June, 2014. 52 George, Henry. On Patents and Copyrights. Retrieved the 16th of June, 2014. 53 Neumann, Neil B. Henry George and the Intellectual Foundations of the Open Source Movement. PDF. Robert Skarkenbach Foundation. Archived from the original, PDF, on 20 June, 2021. Retrieved the 16th of June, 2014. A modern counterpart to the 19th century focus on land can be found in the 20th century concern with the establishment of intellectual property rights that fence off a portion of the Creative Commons in order to construct temporary monopolies. 54 Fox, Stephen R. The American Conservation Movement, John Muir and His Legacy. Madison, W.I.U. of Wisconsin, 1985. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 55 ABC Daily, Herman E., and Joshua C. Farley. Ecological Economics, Principles and Applications. Washington, Island, 2004. 56 Cato, Molly Scott, the 2nd of September, 2013. The Gypsy Rover, the Norman Yoke and the Land Value Tax. Retrieved the 15th of August, 2014. 57 Smith, Peter, the 29th of January, 2014. Beaver, Rewilding and Land Value Tax have the answer to the UK's flooding problem. Retrieved the 15th of August, 2014. 58 Ickard, John. The Green Tax Shift, Winners and Losers. Missouri.edu. Archived from the original. On the 18th of June, 2021. Retrieved the 13th of June, 2014. 59 Casal, Paula, 2011. Global Taxes on Natural Resources, PDF. Journal of Moral Philosophy. 8. 3307327 do. 10.1063/174552411x591339. Retrieved the 14th of June, 2014. 60 Back Horse, Georgian, Crab, J.J. 1991. Henry George's Contribution to Modern Environmental Policy, Part I, Theoretical Postulates. American Journal of Economics and Sociology. 54. Webborn. 485501. Do. 10.1000.111.41/J.1050.1991.TB03342.x. 61 Cobb, Clifford. Herman Daily Festschrift, Ecological and Georgist Economic Principles, a comparison. Retrieved the 13th of June, 2014. 62 Rourke, Eric, 2013. Removing the Commons, a Lockean left libertarian approach to the just use and appropriation of natural resources. Lexington Books. ISBN 9780739174692. Retrieved 12 June 2014. 63 Brebier, Sia. 2012. Ecodynamics, The Prigogine Legacy. Wit Press. p. 104. ISBN 9781845646547. Retrieved 4 June 2014. 64 Gluckman, Amy. A Primer on Henry George's Single Tax. Retrieved 12 July 2015. 65 Hartsoak, Al-Anna. Citizen Dividends and Oil Resource Rents, a Focus on Alaska, Norway and Nigeria. Retrieved 9 June 2014. 66 Gaffney, Mason. A Canaan Hits the Mark, PDF. Retrieved 9 June 2014. 67 Socialism, Capitalism, and Geoism by Lindy Davies. 68 Gamma. Little, Henry George, Scott, Robert, A Greek-English Lexicon at the Perseus Project. 69 Harper, Douglas. George. Online Etymology Dictionary. 70 Introduction to Earth-Sharing, archived 13 November 2014 at the Wayback Machine. 71 Jeffrey J. Smith. www.progress.org. Retrieved 9 October 2017. 72 Foldbury, Fred. Geoism and Libertarianism. Archived from the original on 4 November 2012. Retrieved 9 October 2017. 73 Curtis, Mike. The Arden Land Trust. Retrieved 30 May 2014. 74 Adams, Martin. Sharing the Value of Land, The Promise of Location Value Covenants. Archived from the original on 30 May 2014. Retrieved 30 May 2014. 75 Kent, Deirdre. Land and Money Reform Synergy in New Zealand. Smart Taxes. Archived from the original on 5 June 2014. Retrieved 30 May 2014. 76 Cooperative Individualism, Liberty Schools, PDF. www.cooperativeindividualism.org. Archived from the original, PDF, on 4 June 2016. Retrieved 9 October 2017. 77 Location Value Covenants, Systemic Fiscal Reform. www.sfagroup.org. Retrieved 9 October 2017. 78 Foldbury, Fred. Geonarchism, a short summary of Geoism and its relation to libertarianism. Archived from the original on 18 October 2017. Retrieved 29 May 2014. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 79 Bill, Frank F. The Danish-American Georgist. Archived from the original on 31 May 2014. Retrieved 30 May 2014. 80 Miller, Joseph Dana, 1904. Land and Freedom, An International Record of Single Tax Progress. Volume 4. Single Tax Publishing Company. pp. 915. 81 Wolf, Martin. Why We Must Halt the Land Cycle. Financial Times. Retrieved 29 May, 2014. 82 Barker, Charles A. The Followers of Henry George. Henry George News. Archived from the original on 13 January, 2015. Retrieved 13 January, 2015. This is not to say that George was less than enthusiastic about Shearman's idea and the organized movement which presently occurred. He did speak for it, about as the common supposition takes for granted. He took the formula to Britain on his later, less important, visits, and introduced it in competition with other reforms. But there were limits to his enthusiasm. More than once he said that the name single tax lacked the dimensions of the underlying idea. And when inevitably the single tax limited came to open debate with the single tax unlimited, the real issue was no less than whether or not progress and poverty's central proposition, that the land belongs to all the people and that economic rent should return to the community, the book's whole claim in the name of justice, would stand or fall. 83 Thorpe, Andrew, 1997, Creation and Early Years, 1914, A History of the British Labour Party. London, Macmillan Education UK, pp. 531, do. 10.10009781349253055050_2, ISBN 978-1-349. 25305-0, LCCN 96031879, OCLC 1285556329, retrieved 20 June 2022. 84 Fair tax where the wealthiest and corporations pay their share, tax wealth more than work, tax activities we dislike more than necessities. votenada.org 28 August 2004. Archived from the original on 27 September 2007. Retrieved 26 July 2012. 85 Why Henry George had a point. The Economist. 1 April 2015. Retrieved 29 June 2017. 86 Stiglitz, Joseph, 1977. The Theory of Local Public Goods. In Feldstein, Martin, Inman, Robert, eds. The Economics of Public Services. London, Macmillan Publishers. pp. 274333. 87 Arnott, Richard J. Stiglitz, Joseph E. November 1979. Aggregate Land Rents, Expenditure on Public Goods, and Optimal City Size, PDF. Quarterly Journal of Economics. 93, 4471500. Do. 10.2307/1884466. Just 1884466. S2 SID 53374401. Archived from the original, PDF. On 17 August 2017. Retrieved 19 September 2019. 88 Fairhope Single Tax Corporation. Fairhope Single Tax Corporation. Retrieved 9 October 2017. 89 /academic.oop.com/article-abstract/1/172/1908077 for more information on this. Realty evaluation. 90 City of Houston v. Baker. 91 Davis, Stephen, 1986. Joseph J. Pastrizza and the Single Tax in Houston, 1911-1917, PDF. Volume 8, No. 2. Houston Review, History and Culture of the Gulf Coast. Permanent dead link. 92 Silagi, Michael, Faulkner, Susan N., 1984. Land Reform in Kaioucho, China, from 1898 to 1914. The menace of disastrous land speculation was averted by taxation. The American Journal of Economics and Sociology. 43, 2167177 10.1536-7150.1984.tb02240.x. 93 Gaffney, M. Mason. Henry George 100 Years Later. Association for Georgist Studies Board. Archived from the original on 24 July 2008. Retrieved 12 May 2008. 94 Harding, Robin, September 2014. Property, Land of Opportunity. Financial Times. Archived from the original on 10 December 2022. 95 City Council decides to cut land value tax. Altoona Mirror. 6 June 2016. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 96 The Land Value Tax Plan. City of Detroit. 2023. Retrieved 12 November 2023. 97 Allsup, Alex, 17 October 2023. Property tax burden falls on owners of occupied homes in good condition. Detroit Free Press. Retrieved 12 November 2023. 98 The American Journal of Economics and Sociology, Volume 62, 2003, p. 615. 99 About Us Henry George School of Social Science. hgsss.org. Henry George School of Social Science. Retrieved 29 June, 2017. 100 About the Lincoln Institute of Land Policy. lincolninst.edu. Retrieved 26 July, 2012. 101 The Henry George Foundation. Retrieved 31 July, 2009. 102 The IU. The IU. Retrieved 13 June, 2019. 103 Marshall, Alfred, 1969. 3 Lectures on Progress and Poverty by Alfred Marshall. The Journal of Law and Economics. 12, 11842262, 10.1086/4666666. ISSN 0022-2186. JSTOR 724986. S2 SID 154700964. 104 Marshall, Alfred, 1920. Principles of Economics. Library of Economics and Liberty. 105 Andelson, Robert V. Henry George and the Reconstruction of Capitalism. Archived from the original on 25 September 2014. Retrieved 14 January 2014. 106 A.B. Marx, Karl. Letters, Marx Engels Correspondence 1881. www.marxists.org. Retrieved 9 October 2017. 107 George, Henry. A response to Richard Ely on the question of compensation to owners of land. Archived from the original on 29 May 2014. Retrieved 29 May 2014. 108 Commons, John Rogers, 1893. The Distribution of Wealth. Macmillan and Company. ISBN 978-0. 598-86363-8. 109 Commons, John R. 1922. A Progressive Tax on Bare Land Values. Political Science Quarterly. 37. 14168 10.2307/2142317. JSTA 2142317. 110 Andelson, Robert V. 23 April 2004. Studies in Economic Reform and Social Justice, Critics of Henry George, an appraisal of their strictures on progress and poverty. Wiley. ISBN 978-1-4051-1829-3. 111 A.B. Foldvry, Freddie. 2005. Georent, A Plea to Public Economists, PDF. Econ Watch. 2, 1. 106132. Retrieved 2 October 2013. 112 Andelson, Robert V, ed. 2003. Critics of Henry George, an appraisal of their strictures on progress and poverty. Volume 1. Wiley Blackwell. ISBN 978-1405118255. 113 Hudson, Michael, 1994. A Philosophy for a Fair Society. Shepherd Walwyn. ISBN 9780856831591. Retrieved 18 January 2015. 114 https://smag.com/news/this-land-is-your-land-3392. Urban economics models actually do suggest that Georgist taxation would be the right approach, at least to finance city growth. / 115 Gaffney, Mason, the 13th of March 2009. The Hidden Taxable Capacity of Land, Enough and to Spare. International Journal of Social Economics. 36, 4328411 10.101108/03068290910947930. 116 Foldvry, Fred. The Ultimate Tax Reform, Public Revenue from Land Rent, PDF. Archived from the original, PDF, on 7 February 2014. Retrieved 27 January 2014. 117 Stephen, Cord. How much revenue would a full land value tax yield? Analysis of census and Federal Reserve data. American Journal of Economics and Sociology. 44, 3279293. 118 Cord, Stephen, July-August 1991. Land rent is 20% of U.S. national income for 1986. Incentive. Taxation. pp. 1-2. 119 Miles, Mike, 1990. What is the value of all U.S. real estate? Real Estate Review. 20, 26975. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 120 Tideman, Nicolaus, Plasman, Florence, 1988. Taxed out of work and wealth, the costs of taxing labor and capital. The losses of nations, deadweight politics versus public rent dividends. London. Athela Press. pp. 146174. 121 Fitzgerald, Carl. Total Resource Rents of Australia. Retrieved 27 January 2014. 122 Rothbard, Murray, 1962. Man, Economy, and State, A Treatise on Economic Principles. Van Nostrand. 123 Heinrich, David J. 24 February 2004. Murray Rothbard and Henry George. Ludwig von Mises. Institute. Retrieved 28 August 2014. 124 Andelson, Robert V. January 2000. On separating the landowner's earned and unearned increment, a Georgist rejoinder to F. Hayek. American Journal of Economics and Sociology. 59, 1. 109117. Do. 10.1536-7150.00016. Hayek wrote, "It was a lay enthusiasm for Henry George, which led me to economics." 125 Brown, H.G. 1936. A Defense of the Single Tax Principle. The Annals of the American Academy of Political and Social Science. 183, 163-69 do. 10.101177/0002716236183001009. S2 SID 1447116442. The truth is that I recognize the fundamental justice and common sense of the single tax idea, but that any other tax than a tax on land values is always and everywhere wrong. Regardless of public needs or the nature of this other tax, I do not maintain. 126 Harter, Lafayette G. Commons, John R. 1962. His Assault on Laissez-faire. Corvallis, Oregon State University Press. pp. 21, 32, 36, 38. 127 Lindholm, Richard, Lynn, Jr., Arthur, eds. 1982. 2 Centuries of Economic Thought on Taxation of Land Rents. Land Value Taxation in Thought and Practice. Madison, University of Wisconsin Press. pp. 151196. 128 Brew, Stanley, Randy, Grant, 2012. The Evolution of Economic Thought. Cengage Learning. ISBN 978-1-285-40175-1. After reading Henry George's Progress and Poverty, Commons became a single taxa. Supplemental Biography of John Rogers Commons, Chapter 19 of the online edition. 129 Crotty, Raymond D. 1988. A Radical's Response. Poolbeg. ISBN 9780905169989. Retrieved. 29 August 2014. 130 Shepherd, Barry, 24 August 2014. Progress and Poverty, Henry George and Land Reform in Modern Ireland. The Irish Story. Retrieved 29 August 2014. 131 Daly, Herman. Smart Talk, Herman Daly on What's Beyond GNP Growth. Henry George School of Social Science. Archived from the original on 21 December 2021. Retrieved 24 October 2015. I am really sort of a Georgist. 132 Gaffney, Mason. Stimulus, the False and the True Mason Gaffney. Retrieved 13 August 2015. 133 Douglas, Paul, 1972. In the Fullness of Time, The Memoirs of Paul H. Douglas. New York, Harcourt. Brace Jovanovic. ISBN 978-0151443765. 134 Edenhofer, Otmar, 2013. Hyper-Georgism, When is Rent Taxation as a Remedy for Insufficient Capital Accumulation Socially Optimal? Report. SSRN 2232659. Extending and modifying the tenet of Georgism, we propose that this insight be called Hyper-Georgism. From a historical perspective, our result may be closer to Henry George's original thinking than Georgism or the neoclassical Henry George theorems. 135 Edenhofer, Otmar, 25 June 2013. Financing Public Capital Through Land Rent Taxation, a Macroeconomic Henry George Theorem. See ISAFO Working Paper Series. SSRN 2284745. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 136 Edenhofer, Otmar. The Triple Dividend: Climate Change Mitigation, Justice and Investing in Capabilities, PDF. Retrieved 11 November 2013. 137 Foldvary Policy Reforms. www.foldvary.net. Archived from the original on 10 October 2017. Retrieved 9 October 2017. 138 Collected Works of Milton Friedman, Hoover Institution. Is Tax Reform Possible? 6 February 1978. Hoover Institution. Retrieved 30 November 2019. Excerpt, Professor Friedman. In my opinion, and this may come as a shock to some of you, the least bad tax is the property tax on the unimproved value of land, the Henry George argument of many, many years ago. 139 Mason Gaffney's website. masongaffney.org Retrieved the 9th of October, 2017. 140 carat Gaffney, Mason. Henry George 100 years later, The Great Reconciler, PDF. Archived from the original PDF on the 3rd of March, 2012. Retrieved the 27th of January, 2014. 141 carat Early Worrell, The New Crusade, The Origins, Activities and Influence of the Australian Single Tax. Leagues, 1889-1895, MA Thesis, University of Melbourne, 1978. 142 carat Turgeon, Lynn. Bastard Keynesianism, The Evolution of Economic Thinking and Policyholders Since World War II. Westport, Con, Prieger, 1997. 143 carat Gaffney, Mason. Warm Memories of Bill Vickery. Land and Liberty. http://www.cooperative-individualis.m.org/Gaffney Mason_Warm Memories of Bill Vickery 1997.htm Archived the 16th of November 2016 at the Wayback Machine. 144 carat Gaffney, Mason, and Fred Harrison. The Corruption of Economics. London, Shepherd Walwyn in association with Centre for Incentive Taxation, 2006. 145 carat Hotelling, Harold, 1938. The General Welfare in Relation to Problems of Taxation and of Railway and Utility Rates. Econometrica. 6, 32422692, 10.2307/190754. JSTA 19070054. 146 carat Andelson, Robert V. 2000. Land Value Taxation Around the World, Studies in Economic Reform and Social Justice Malden. Ma. Blackwell Publishers Incorporated p. 359. 147 carat Knack, Ruth Egdish. Pay as You Park, UCLA Professor Donald Shoup inspires a passion for parking. No. May 2005. Planning Magazine. Retrieved the 17th of September 2014. 148 carat Shoup, Donald C. The Ideal Source of Local Public Revenue. Regional Science and Urban Economics 34.6, 2004 753-84. 149 carat Washington, Emily, the 7th of August 2012. The High Cost of Free Parking Chapters 1922. MarketUrbanism.com. Market Urbanism. Retrieved the 17th of September 2014. 150 carat quotes from Nobel Prize winners Herbert Simon stated in 1978, assuming that a tax increase is necessary, it is clearly preferable to impose the additional cost on land by increasing the land tax, rather than to increase the wage tax, the two alternatives open to the city of Pittsburgh. It is the use and occupancy of property that creates the need for the municipal services that appear as the largest item in the budget: fire and police protection, waste removal, and public works. The average increase in tax bills of city residents will be about twice as great with wage tax increase than with a land tax increase. 151 carat Stiglitz, Joseph, the 2nd of December 2010. Working paper number 6, Principles and Guidelines for Deficit Reduction, PDF. Next New Deal, the blog of the Roosevelt Institute. The Roosevelt Institute. P5. Archived from the original, PDF, on the 6th of December, 2010. Retrieved the 22nd of February, 2017. One of the general principles of taxation is that one should tax factors that are inelastic in supply, since there are no adverse supply side effects. Land does not disappear when it is taxed. Henry George, a great progressive of the late 19th century, argued, partly on this basis, for a land tax. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 152 Tideman, Nicolaus. Global Economic Justice. Skarkenbach Foundation. Archived from the original on the 29th of June, 2013. Retrieved the 8th of October, 2013. 153 Bill Vickery. This paper would benefit from an application of Henry George's idea of taxing land values. www.weltandwant.com. Archived from the original on the 7th of September, 2008. Retrieved the 9th of October, 2017. 154 Netzer, Dick, November, 1996. Remembering William Vickery. Landlines. 8, 6. Retrieved the 2nd of September, 2016. 155 Vickery, William. The Corporate Income Tax in the U.S. Tax System, 73 Tax Notes 597, 603. 1996. Quote, removing almost all business taxes, including property taxes on improvements. Accepting only taxes reflecting the marginal social cost of public services rendered to specific activities. And replacing them with taxes on site values, would substantially improve the economic efficiency of the jurisdiction. 156 Cirillo, Renato, January 1984. Leon Walras and Social Justice. The American Journal of Economics and Sociology. 43, 153-62. 10.1550/J.1550.1984.TB02222.X. JSTA 3486394. 157 Barker, Charles A., 1955. Henry George. New York, Oxford University Press. 158 Hudson, Michael, 1994. A Philosophy for a Fair Society, Georgist Paradigm Series, paperback ed. Shepard Walwyn. 159 Has Georgism been hijacked by special interests? PDF. 160 Boast, Richard, 2008. Buying the Land, Selling the Land, Governments and Maori Land in the North Island 1865–1921. Wellington, N.Z., Victoria University Press, Victoria University of Wellington. ISBN 9780864735614. 161 Daunton, M.J. State and Market in Victorian Britain, War, Welfare and Capitalism. Woodbridge, UK. Rochester, N.Y., Boydell Press, 2008. Quote, in the election of 1890 he campaigned for radical land reform, arguing for a tax on the unearned increment, and advocated the program of Henry George as a means of bursting up the great estates. 162 Winston S. Churchill / the mother of all monopolies 1909. 163 McLaren, Andrew, autumn 2001. The People's Rights, Opportunity Lost. Finest Hour. 112. Archived from the original on the 18th of October 2015. Retrieved the 15th of August 2015. 164 Duggan, Eunth Jeannie, the 17th of March 2013. It's a lonely quest for land tax fans, but, by George, they press on. Wall Street Journal. Retrieved the 25th of August 2014. 165 Stevens, Elizabeth Leslie. A Tax Policy with San Francisco Roots. The 30th of July 2011. https://www.netim.s.com/2011/07/us/31 quote, but Mr. Brown was certainly in good company as a Georgist. Devotees over the years have included Leo Tolstoy, Winston Churchill, Sun Yat-sen, and the inventor of the board game that would become Monopoly. 166 Murdoch, Walter. Alfred Deakin, A Sketch. Melbourne, Vic, Bookman, 1999. 1923. 167 Bastian, Peter, 2009. Andrew Fisher, An Underestimated Man. Sydney, N.S.W., UNSW Press. pp. 28-30. ISBN 978-1742230047. 168 George, Henry, Jr. The Life of Henry George. New York, Doubleday and McClure, 1900. 169 Hayes, Rutherford B. Henry George. Archived from the original on 3 December 2013. Retrieved the 26th of November 2013. 170 Hughes, William Morris, Billy, 1862–1952. Australian Dictionary of Biography, online edition. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 171 Stout, Robert, the 14th of April, 1885. Address by the Honourable R. Stout. Volume XXII, No. 7302. Paper Past. New Zealand Herald. Retrieved 6 December 2014. 172 Trescott, Paul B. The 22nd of January 1994. Henry George, Sun Yat-sen and China, More Than Land Policy. Was involved. American Journal of Economics and Sociology. 53, 336-33752. 10.11/J.1536. 7150.1994.TB02606.X via Wiley Online Library. 173 Trescott, Paul B. 2007. Jingji Xiu, The History of the Introduction of Western Economic Ideas into China, 1850–1950. Chinese University Press. pp. 46–48. ISBN 9789629962425. The foregoing help to demonstrate why Sun Yat-sen would have regarded Henry George as a very credible guide, and why. In 1912 Sun could tell an interviewer, "The teachings of your single taxer, Henry George, will be the basis of our program of reform." 174 Post, Louis Freeland, the 12th of April, 1912. Sun Yat-sen's economic program for China. The Public. 15, 349. Retrieved 8 November, 2016. Land tax as the only means of supporting the government is an infinitely just, reasonable, and equitably distributed tax, and on it we will found our new system. 175 https://electionspeeches.moduf.gov.or/speeches/1955-Herbert-Evat, bare URL. 176 Altgeld, John, 1899. Live Questions, PDF. Geo. S. Bowen and Son. pp. 776781. Archived from the original PDF on the 24th of September 2014. 177 Chicago Single Tax Club Collection, Special Collections and University Archives, University of Illinois. At Chicago http://findingaids.library.uic.edu/ed/chi-single-taxf.html. 178 ABC Gaffney, Mason. Henry George 100 Years Later, The Great Reconciler. Robert. Skarkenbach Foundation. Retrieved 3 September, 2014. 179 Feingold, Kenneth, 1995. Experts and Politicians, Reform Challenges to Machine Politics in New York, Cleveland, and Chicago. Princeton, N.J., Princeton University Press. ISBN 978-0691037349. 180 Stevens, Elizabeth Leslie, July-August 2012. The Power Broker. Washington Monthly. July/August 2012. Archived from the original on the 12th of December 2013. Retrieved 8th of December 2013. 181 Cameron, Clyde. Revenue is not a tax. Archived from the original on the 19th of April 2020. Retrieved the 18th of February 2015. 182 Single tax loses, but mayor favoring this reform is chosen by a small vote margin. The Milwaukee Journal. The 6th of March 1912. Retrieved the 23rd of August 2014. Permanent dead link. 183 Arneson, Eric. Encyclopedia of U.S. Labor and Working Class History. New York, Routledge, 2007. 184 Johnston, Robert D. The Radical Middle Class, Populist Democracy and the Question of Capitalism in Progressive Era Portland, Oregon. Princeton, N.J., Princeton University Press, 2003. 185 Gaynor, William J. Some of Mayor Gaynor's Letters and Speeches. New York, Greaves Pub, 1913. 214221. https://books.google.com/books?id=sign-7KMAAYAJ&PA219 186 How, Frederick C. The Confessions of a Reformer. Kent, O., Kent State Up, 1988. 187 Arcus Cubo, Fernando, El Movimiento Georgista y los Orígenes del Andalucismo, Análisis del Periódico El Impuesto Único, 1911-1923. Málaga, Editorial Confederación Española de Cajas de Ahorros, 1980. ISBN 84-500-3784-0. 188 Single Taxes Dine Johnson. New York Times, 31 May, 1910. 189 Henry George. Ohio History Central, an online history of Ohio history. 190 Frank de Joras, Economic Rent Best Way to Finance Government. YouTube. Archived from the original on 21 December, 2021. Retrieved 9 November, 2013. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 191 Gaffney, Mason. What's the Matter with Michigan? Rise and Collapse of an Economic Wonder. PDF. Retrieved 28 April, 2014. 192 Cleveland, Polly. The Way Forward for Detroit. Land Taxes. Washington Spectator. Archived from the original on 28 April, 2014. Retrieved 28 April, 2014. 193 Gaffney, Mason. New Life in Old Cities, PDF. UC Riverside. Archived from the original, PDF. On 28 April, 2014. Retrieved 28 April, 2014. 194 Bryson, Philip, 2011. The Economics of Henry George, History's Rehabilitation of America's Greatest Early Economist. New York, Palgrave Macmillan. p. 145. ISBN 9780230115859. 195 Moore, Robert, 1974. Pitmen, Preachers and Politics: The Effects of Methodism in a Durham Mining Community. Cambridge, Cambridge University Press. p. 61. ISBN 9780521203562. 196 Barton, Stephen E. 2016. Barclay Mayer J. Stitt Wilson, Christian Socialist, Georgist, Feminist. American Journal of Economics and Sociology. 75, 1193216. 10.1111/H.12132. HDL, 10.1111/H.12132. ISSN 0002-9246. 197 Some Suggestions for Reform of Taxation, Proceedings, 14th Annual Convention, League of California Municipalities, Santa Barbara, California, 25 October 1911, pp. 152171. J. Stitt Wilson. Report from California, The Single Tax Review, v. 17, No. 1, January-February 1917, pp. 50-52. 198 A.B. Stewart, John, 2001. Standing for Justice, A Biography of Andrew McLaren, MP. London. Shepherd Walwyn. ISBN 0856831948. OCLC 49362105. 199 Barron, Ian, September 1986. Nkomodet to George in Band Talk, PDF. Land and Liberty. London, CFUC. Retrieved 30 July 2020. 200 Martin Rodriguez, Manuel, 2000. La Liga Española para el Impuesto Único y la Hacienda Municipal. De Sevilla en 1914, the Spanish League for the Single Tax and the Seville Municipal Treasury in 1914, PDF. Revista de Estudios Regionals, in Spanish, 56 245. ISSN 0213-7585. 201 Jones, Carolyn C. Spring 1997. Taxing Women, Thoughts on a Gendered Economy, Symposium, A Historical Outlook, Taxes and Peace, a Case Study of Taxing Women. Southern California Review of Law and Women's Studies. Southern California Review of Law and Women's Studies. Archived from the original on 8 December 2014. Retrieved 5 December 2014. 202 A.B. Rothbard, Murray, 2007. Left and Right, A Journal of Libertarian Thought, Complete, 1965. 1968. Ludwig von Mises Institute. p. 263. ISBN 9781610160407. Retrieved 5 December 2014. 203 Chris E. Strach. With Liberty and Dividends for All, an interview with Peter Barnes, https://medium.com/@costrike/ with Liberty and Dividends for All, an interview with Peter Barnes 2D3CBD 95028C. 204 Beth Shalom Hessel. Field, Sarabad, http://articles/15/15-00220.html, American. National Biography Online, April 2014. Access date, the 22nd of March 2015. 205 Lane, Finton. The Origins of Modern Irish Socialism, 1881–1896. Cork University Press, 1997, pp. 79. 81. 206 Miller, Joseph Dana, 1921. Mr. Samuel Gumper's Replies to Our Criticism. The Single Tax. Review. 2122, 42. Retrieved 31 August 2014. 207 Gumpers, Samuel, 1986. The Samuel Gumper's Papers, The Making of a Union Leader, 1850–86. Volume 1. University of Illinois Press. pp. 431432. ISBN 9780252011375. Retrieved 31 August 2014. 208 Lubascha, F.C. 1939. Bolton Hall, archived 14 December 2010, at the Wayback Machine. The Freeman. January issue. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 209 Miller, Joseph Dana, 1921. The Single Tax Review, Volumes 21-22. p. 178. Retrieved. 16 December, 2014. 210 Land and Freedom, Volumes 22-23. 1922 p. 179. Retrieved 16 December, 2014 via Google Books. 211 The Land Question Quotations from Historical and Contemporary Sources. Archived from the original on 1 November, 2014. Retrieved 5 December, 2014. Holmes said, "The passing years have only added to my conviction that Henry George is one of the greatest of all modern statesmen and prophets." 212 Eckert, Charles R. Henry George, Sound Economics and the New Deal. Archived from the original on 4 June, 2016. Retrieved 5 December, 2014. 213 Thompson, Noel. Political Economy and the Labour Party, The Economics of Democratic Socialism. 1884-2005. Routledge ed. 2006, pp. 54-55. 214 Haggard, Robert, 2001. The Persistence of Victorian Liberalism, The Politics of Social Reform in Britain, 1870-1900. Westport, Con, Greenwood Press. ISBN 978-0313313059. 215 or, B.S. 2006-2007. Mary Elizabeth Leese, Gendered Discourse and Populist Party Politics in Gilded Age America. Kansas History, A Journal of the Central Plains, 29, 246265. 216 Caves, Roger W. Encyclopedia of the City. Abingdon, Oxon, Ox, Routledge, 2005. 217 Marsh, Benjamin Clark. Lobbyist for the People, A Record of 50 Years. Washington, Public Affairs. 1953. 218 Single Taxes Again Lord Henry George, PDF. Daily Standard Union. Brooklyn, NY. 8 September, 1912. p. 12. Retrieved 7 November, 2014. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 219 British MP guest at George dinner, PDF. Daily Standard Union. Brooklyn, NY. 6 September, 1912. p. 9. Retrieved 7 November, 2014. Community Club, PDF. Silver Creek News. Silver Creek, NY. 4 January, 1916. p. 1. Retrieved 7 November, 2014. James F. Morton at Eagle Temple, PDF. Jamestown Evening Journal. Jamestown, NY. 23 January. 1917 p. 10. Retrieved 7 November, 2014. Meetings this evening, Labour Forum, PDF. Jamestown Evening Journal. Jamestown, NY. March 30, 1918. p. 12. Retrieved 7 November, 2014. F. P. Morgan, SIC, gives instructive talk on the single tax, PDF. The Saratogan. Saratoga Springs, NY. 10 April, 1929. p. 9. Retrieved 7 November, 2014. Morton, James F. Jr. July-August 1918. Report of James F. Morton, Jr.'s lecture work. The Single Tax Review. 18, 116. Retrieved 7 November, 2014. Single Taxer to Speak, PDF. Buffalo Courier. Buffalo, NY. 7 April, 1916. p. 9. Retrieved November 7th. 2014. Plan Single Tax Talk, PDF. Buffalo Courier. Buffalo, NY. 14 April, 1916. p. 10. Retrieved November 7th. 2014. Single Tax Advocate Lectures in Church, PDF. Buffalo Courier. Buffalo, NY. 17 April, 1916. p. 6. Retrieved 7 November, 2014. Meetings this evening, Meeting of the Men's Club, PDF. Jamestown Evening Journal. Jamestown, NY. 25 April, 1916. p. 14. Retrieved 7 November, 2014. Philosophy of the Single Tax, PDF. Jamestown Evening Journal. Jamestown, NY. 26 April. 1916 p. 7. Retrieved 7 November, 2014. Seasons Close at Chautauqua, The Single Tax, PDF. Jamestown Evening Journal. Jamestown, NY. 28 August, 1916. p. 9. Retrieved 7 November, 2014. Exclusive Tax on Land Values, PDF. Jamestown Evening Journal. Jamestown, NY. 15 January. 1917 p. 3. Retrieved 7 November, 2014. Saturday Night Club, PDF. Jamestown Evening Journal. Jamestown, NY. 12 January, 1917. p. 9. Retrieved 7 November, 2014. Lewiston, PDF. Buffalo Evening News. Buffalo, NY. 30 April, 1917. p. 10. Retrieved November 7th. 2014. Greenfield Center, PDF. The Saratogan. Saratoga Springs, NY. 13 November, 1917. p. 7. Retrieved 7 November, 2014. Church Services Tomorrow, First Congregational Church, PDF. Daily Argus. Mount Vernon, NY. 3 December, 1917. p. 12. Retrieved 7 November, 2014. 220-carat Georgism, Emil Oliver. The Next Step Toward Real Democracy, 100 Reasons Why America should abolish, as speedily as possible, all taxation upon the fruits of industry, and raise the public Revenue by a single tax on land values only. Chicago, IL, Chicago Singletux Club, 1920. 221 A. B. Gorgas, William Crawford, and Louis Jerome Johnson. 2 papers on public sanitation and the single tax. New York, Single Tax Information Bureau, 1914. https://books.google.com/books?id=v3 NHA. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 222 A. B. Ware, Louise. George Foster Peabody, banker, philanthropist, publicist. Athens, U of Georgia. 1951 http://dlg.galileo.husq.edu/ugaprisks/p.dfs/9780820334561.pdf. 223 Young, Arthur Nichols, 1916. Single Tax Movement in the United States. S.L., Hard Press Limited. 224 Thompson, John, 1987. Reformers and War, American Progressive Publicists and the First World War. Cambridge, New York, Cambridge University Press. ISBN 9780521252898. 225 Powderly, Terence Vincent, 1889. 30 Years of Labor. 1859–1889. Excelsior Publishing House. Retrieved 8 December 2014. It would be far easier to leave a single tax basing it upon land values. It is because a single land tax would prove to be the very essence of equity, that I'll advocate it. 226 Mitgang, Herbert, 1996. The Man Who Rode the Tiger, The Life and Times of Judge Samuel Seabury. Fordham University Press. ISBN 9780823217229. 227 Magary, Susan, 1985. Unbridling the Tongues of Women, A Biography of Catherine Helen Spence. Sydney, NSW, Hale and Diamonger. ISBN 978-0868061498. 228 Windsor, Kenneth, 1997. An Anthology of Henry George's Thought, Volume 1. University. Rochester Press. pp. 87, 243. ISBN 9781878822819 via Google Books. 229 Oregon Biographies, William S. U. Wren. Oregon History Project. Portland, Oregon, Oregon. Historical Society. 2002. Archived from the original on 10 November 2006. Retrieved 29 December 2006. 230 Candelora, Dominic, April 1979. The Single Tax Movement and Progressivism, 1880–1920. American Journal of Economics and Sociology. 38, 21131227 do, 10.1312/J.1536. 7150.1979.TB02869.X. Archived from the original on 17 July 2015. Retrieved 16 July 2015. 231 The Inquisitive Voter. The Great Adventure. 4:35. The 11th of September, 1920. The Proposition of Henry George will do more to lift humanity from the slough of poverty, crime, and misery than all else. 232 Eisenstein, Charles. Post-Capitalism. Archived from the original on 6 October 2014. Retrieved 5 October 2014. 233 ABC The Funeral Procession, PDF. New York Times. 1 November 1897. Retrieved 17 November 2013. 234 Newlin, Keith, 2008. Hamlin Garland Alive. Lincoln, University of Nebraska Press. pp. 102-27. ISBN 978-0803233478. 235 Archived at Ghost Archive and the Wayback Machine, Fred Harrison speaks at Alta Spring Conference 2014. YouTube. 236 Allah, Pat. The Georgist Philosophy in Culture and History. Retrieved 2 October 2014. 237 Stuer, Max, June 2000. Review article, 100 Years of Town Planning and the Influence of Ebenezer Howard. The British Journal of Sociology. 51, 2377386 10.1111/J.1468. 4446.2000.00377.x. PMID 10905006. 238 Meacham, Standish, 1999. Regaining Paradise, Englishness and the Early Garden City. Movement. Yale University Press. pp. 50-53. ISBN 978-0300075724. Retrieved 5 August 2014. 239 Purdom, Charles Benjamin, 1963. The Letchworth Achievement. P1. Retrieved 5 August 2014. 240 Hubbard, Elbert, 1907. Little Journeys to the Homes of Great Reformers. East Aurora, New York. The Roycrofters. Retrieved 6 July 2016 via Google Books. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 241 Harrison, F. May-June 1989. Aldous Huxley on the Land Question archived 13 December 2014 at the Wayback Machine. Land and Liberty. Huxley redeems himself when he concedes that, if he were to rewrite the book, he would offer a third option, one which he characterized as the possibility of sanity. In a few bold strokes he outlines the elements of this model. In this community economics would be decentralist and Henry Georgian, politics Kropotkinesque and cooperative. 242 Lobato, Montero, 13 July 2012. O escândalo do petróleo e Georgismo e comunismo, in Brazilian. Portuguese. Globo Livros. ISBN 978-85-250-5007-6. 243 Kunstler, James Howard, 1998. Chapter 7. Home from Nowhere, Remaking Our Everyday World. For the 21st Century. Simon and Schuster. ISBN 9780684837376. 244 Mace, Elizabeth. The Economic Thinking of Jose Marti, Legacy Foundation for the Integration of America. Archived from the original on 8 September 2015. Retrieved 5 August 2015. 245 Hudson, Michael, 15 January 2000. Speech to the Communist Party of Cuba. Retrieved 5 August 2015. 246 Laura, Ronald, Longton, William Henry, eds. 1999. The Conservative Press in 20th Century. America. Greenwood Publishing, Inc. p. 310. Thus, the Freeman was to speak for the great tradition of classical liberalism, which Albert J. Nock and Francis Nielsen were afraid was being lost, and for the economics of Henry George, which both men shared. 247 Norris, Kathleen. The Errors of Marxism. Archived from the original on 13 December 2014. Retrieved 21 November 2013. 248 Sinclair, Upton. The Consequences of Land Speculation are Tenantry and Debt on the Farms, and Slums and Luxury in the Cities. Retrieved 3 November 2014. Sinclair was an active Georgist but eventually gave up on explicitly advocating the reform because our opponents, the great rich bankers and land speculators of California, persuaded the poor man that we were going to put all taxes on this poor man's lot. 249 Gaffney, Mason. Excerpts from The Corruption of Economics. Retrieved 3 November 2014. 250 George Bernard Shaw, His Life and Works. Stewart and Kidd Company. 1911 via Google Books. 251 A Great Iniquity. Leo Tolstoy once said of George, "People do not argue with the teaching of George, they simply do not know it." 252 Lebrun, Victor. Leo Tolstoy and Henry George. Archived from the original on 11 September 2014. Retrieved 9 September 2014. 253 Starr, Kevin, 1997. The Dream Endures, California enters the 1940s. New York, Oxford University Press. ISBN 978-0195157970. Wood had strong leanings toward the single tax theory of Henry George. 254 Barnes, Tim. CES. Wood, 1852–1944. The Oregon Encyclopedia. Retrieved 14 December 2014. 255 McKee-Gran, Frank. Henry George and Karl Marx, PDF. 256 McKee-Gran, Frank. The Impotence of Men, PDF. 257 Cunneen, Chris, 1981. Arthur Desmond, c. 1859–1929. Australian Dictionary of Biography. National Centre of Biography. Australian National University. Retrieved the 29th of February, 2024. 258 Desmond, Arthur, May 1890. Arthur Desmond on Huxley's criticism of Henry George in the 19th century. New Zealand Monthly Review. 2. Retrieved the 29th of February, 2024. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 259 Buckley, William F. Jr. Firing line, has New York let us down? PDF. PBS, Robert. Skarkenbach Foundation. Archived from the original, PDF, on the 24th of September, 2015. Retrieved the 6th of November, 2014. Buckley says, the location problem is, of course, easily solved by any Georgist. And I am one. 260 Perry, Jeffrey, 2009. Hubert Harrison The Voice of Harlem Radicalism, 1883–1918. New York. Columbia University Press. ISBN 978-0231139113. 261 A. B. Sklar, Dusty. Henry George and Zionism. Archived from the original on the 28th of October, 2014. Retrieved the 28th of October, 2014. 262 Kinsley, Michael, the 13th of June, 2012. Inequality, it's even worse than we thought. Bloomberg. Bloomberg View. Archived from the original on the 1st of November, 2014. Retrieved the 31st of October, 2014. 263 Kinsley, Michael. The Capital Gains Tax, a Tragedy in Two Acts. No. The 19th of December, 2012. Retrieved the 31st of October 2014. Kinsley reiterates that George is his favorite economist and that land taxes are the best source of revenue. 264 The Land Question Quotations from historical and contemporary sources. Archived from the original on the 1st of November, 2014. Retrieved the 31st of October, 2014. In the New Republic, the 12th of February, 1992. Kinsley advocates removing all taxes and collecting land rent instead. 265 Chamberlain, John, 1965. Farewell to Reform. Quadrangle Books. pp. 47–48. 266 Bernstein, David, May 2003. Lochner's Feminist Legacy. Michigan Law Review. 101, 6 1960. 1986–10. 10.2307/3595339. JSTOR 3595339. 267 Matthews, Dylan, the 7th of January 2014. 5 Conservative Reforms Millennials Should Be Fighting For. The Washington Post. Wonk blog. Retrieved the 26th of August 2014. 268 Matthews, Dylan, at Dylan Matt, the 20th of December 2013. At Ben Jacobs at Matt Iglesias. I think we've both been Georgists for a while now, though at Ashokrow 95 led me to revisit this stuff. Tweet, via Twitter. Dylan Matthews's verified account states, I think we've both been Georgists for a while now. 269 Lawson, R. 2006. A Commonwealth of Hope, The New Deal Response to Crisis. Baltimore, Johns Hopkins University Press. ISBN 978-0801884061. 270 Mowry, George, 1958. The Era of Theodore Roosevelt and the Birth of Modern America, 1900. 1912. New York, Harper & Row. ISBN 978-0061330223. I conceded the voice of ultimate wisdom, and saw in Henry George the apostle of a new gospel. 271 Rutis, Jacob. The Unemployed, A Problem. In Peters, John P., Labor and Capital, a chapter on Socialism and the Single Tax, pp. 425-431. New York, 1902. 12 Degrees. Questions of the Day, No. 98. 272 Burroughs, Edwin, 1999. Gotham, A History of New York City to 1898. New York, Oxford University Press. p. 1183. ISBN 978-0195140491. 273 Salam, Rehan, the 15th of July 2010. On Property Taxes. Retrieved the 19th of March 2015. 274 Trobel, Horace, 1896. Progress and Poverty. The Conservator. 79-252253. Retrieved the 13th of December 2015. 275 Martin Wolf, the 8th of July 2010. Why We Must Halt the Land Cycle. The Financial Times. Retrieved the 2nd of October 2013. 276 Marin Somerset Webb, the 27th of September 2013. How a levy based on location values could be the perfect tax. The Financial Times. Archived from the original on the 10th of December 2022. Retrieved the 2nd of October 2013. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 277 Copyright symbol omens $ends. Japanese symbol for beginner. Atidkfa, the 19th of May 2014. Closet Georgist, at Marin SW, on an entertaining BBC program Simon Evans Goes to Market, about investing in land #LVT, tweet, via Twitter. 278 Smith, Charles Joseph, January-February 1941. 40 Years of the Struggle for Freedom. Land and Freedom. XLI, 1. Retrieved the 30th of October 2014. 279 Filler, Louis, 1993. The Muckrakers. Stanford, Cardiff, Stanford University Press. 280 Miller, Joseph Dana, ed. 1917. Single Tax Year Book. NY, Single Tax Review Publishing Company. 281 Worstall, Tim, the 22nd of December 2012. What Michael Kinsley Gets Wrong About Taxation. Forbes. Retrieved the 23rd of August, 2014. 282 Matthew, Iglesias, the 23rd of October, 2013. My 5-point plan for fixing everything. Slate. Retrieved the 7th of November, 2013. 283 Twitter / Matt Iglesias, WSJ story on Georgism fails. Archived from the original on the 5th of May, 2014. Retrieved the 23rd of August, 2014. WSJ story on Georgism fails to note that it's clearly correct. 284 Wineapple, Brenda. Sister Brother, Gertrude and Leo Stein. Lincoln, U of Nebraska, 2008. 285 A.B. Mills, Alan. Single Tax, Socialism and the Independent Labour Party of Manitoba, the Political Ideas of F.J. Dixon and S.J. Farmer. Labour / Le Travail 5, 1980 3356. Chster. Webborn 4 December. 2014 https://www.chster.org/stable/10.2003/25139947 ref equals no x root ace 15c2e1d6b230b7 bafc46e82f39 f89 286 Smith, Carl, 2008. Urban Disorder and the Shape of Belief, The Great Chicago Fire, The Haymarket Bomb, and the Model Town of Pullman, 2nd edition. University of Chicago Press. p. 359. ISBN 9780226764252 via Google Books. 287 Waltos N., Abigail. Moonblight and 6 Feet of Romance, Dan Carter Beard's Foray into Fiction. The Public Domain Review. 288 J.R. LeMaster, James Darrell Wilson, C.G.H. 1903. The Mark Twain Encyclopedia. 289 Muse return with new album The Resistance. Sure, he has already launched into a passionate soliloquy about Georgism, the land tax movement inspired by the 19th century political economist Henry George. 290 Caldwell, John, 1994. American Paintings in the Metropolitan Museum of Art. New York, the museum in association with Princeton University Press. ISBN 978-0691037950. 291 Co-founder of the Henry George Club, Australia. 292 Williams, Carl. Walter Burley Griffin. Retrieved 1 October 2013. 293 Henry George, Our Hero in the Battle for the Right, Songs of the Hutchinsons. Retrieved 17 November 2013. 294 George Innes, 1825–1894. The Metropolitan Museum of Art. Retrieved 27 August 2014. 295 Sko, Esther, 2006. Emma Lazarus. Random House. ISBN 9780805242751 via Google Books. Author of The New Colossus, On the Statue of Liberty, and the poem Progress and Poverty, named after Georgia's book, of which she said, "The life and thought of no one capable of understanding it can be quite the same after reading it." 296 Pasirov, Joyce, March-April 2007. Emma Lazarus. Tikin. 22, 2. Retrieved 20th of December 2014. Lazarus supported Henry George's single tax. 297 Schwartzman, Jack. A remembrance of Anna George de Mille and Agnes de Mille. Archived from the original on 24 December 2013. Retrieved 17 November 2013. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 298 Timon, Scott, 2010. Empire of Dreams, The Epic Life of Cecil B. DeMille. Simon and Schuster. pp. 29, 47. ISBN 9781439180419 via Google Books. 299 Easton, Carol, 1996. No Intermissions: The Life of Agnes de Mille. The Carpo Press. 300 Luvish, Simon, 2008. Cecil B. DeMille, A Life in Art. Macmillan. pp. 40, 249. ISBN 9780312377335 via Google Books. 301 Timon, Scott, 2010. Empire of Dreams, The Epic Life of Cecil B. DeMille. Simon and Schuster. p. 314. ISBN 9781439180419 via Google Books. 302 Henry George, The Scholar, archived 4 October 2013 at the Wayback Machine. A commencement address delivered by Francis Nielsen at the Henry George School of Social Science, 3 June 1940. 303 Nielsen, Francis, September 1939. Albert J. Knock on Henry George: Truth Sets Men Free. The Freeman. Archived from the original on 4 October 2013. Retrieved 1 October 2013. 304 Happy Birthday, Eddie Palmieri. Alt.Latino helps El Maestro blow out 81 candles. Mut. Retrieved 12 January 2018. 305 McQueen, Humphrey. A New Britannia. St. Lucia, QLD, U of Queensland, 2004. 306 Mills, Benjamin Fay, 1911. Louis Prang, Popularizer of Art. Vacations, Vocational Guidance, Hall. And Lock Company. 10, 254. Retrieved 13 December 2015. 307 Taylor, Mark, 2010. Arden. Arcadia Publishing. p8. ISBN 9780738585598 via Google Books. 308 Shields, Jerry. Forgotten Writings of Arden's Frank Stevens. Collecting Delaware Books. 309 Frank Lloyd Wright on Henry George's Remedy. weltandwant.com. Retrieved 5 June 2023. 310 Carlson, Alan, 2004. The New Agrarian Mind, The Movement Toward Decentralist Thought in 20th Century America. Transaction Publishers. p51. 311 Silagi, M. Faulkner, S. 1993. Henry George and Europe, early efforts to organize Germany's land reformers failed, but the pioneers won a national demonstration. The American Journal of Economics and Sociology. 52, 11191272, 10.1550.7550.1993.tb02753.x. JSTOR 3487644. The meeting was chaired by the materialist philosopher Ludwig Beichner. He was an admirer of Henry George and had been won over to the land reform movement by Fleischheim. 312 Buttenheim, Harold S. March 1934. The relation of housing to taxation, law and contemporary problems. 1. Number 2, Low-Cost Housing and Slum Clearance, a Symposium 198205. Do. 10.2307/118965. JSTOR 11896565. 313 Butler, Nicholas. Progress and Poverty, PDF. Commencement Speech, Columbia University. 1931. Archived from the original, PDF, on 13 December 2014. Retrieved 23 October 2013. 314 Frank Chodorov. Retrieved 30 November 2013. 315 Frank Chodorov. Retrieved 30 November 2013. 316 Daly, Herman, 1994. For the Common Good, Redirecting the Economy Toward Community, the Environment, and a Sustainable Future. Beacon Press. pp. 258259, 328329. ISBN 9780807047057 via Google Books. 317 John Dewey, An Appreciation of Henry George. www.weltandwant.com. Retrieved 9 October 2017. 318 Onken, Werner. The Political Economy of Silvio Gesell, A Century of Activism. American Journal of Economics and Sociology 59.4, 2006 09622. Webborn 16 August 2014. 319 The Life of Leon McLaren. Archived from the original on 23 December 2013. Retrieved 25 January 2014. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 320 The School of Economic Science. Archived from the original on 6 October 2010. Retrieved 25 January 2014. 321 Van Parages, Philippe, 1992. Introduction to Arguing for Basic Income, PDF. London, Verso. pp. 3. 43. 322 Stabar, James P. 2013. From Rationality to Equality. Oxford University Press. p. 193. ISBN 9780199580767 via Google Books. 323 Russell, Bertrand, 1992. The Basic Writings of Bertrand Russell, 1903-1959. Psychology Press. p. 492. ISBN 9780415083010 via Google Books. 324 Russell, Bertrand, 1962. Freedom versus Organization. W. W. Norton and Company. 325 from, the Earl Russell, O.M., FRS. Archived from the original on 4 October 2013. Retrieved 19 April 2013. Letter addressed to a Mr. Kroomraig. 326 Valentine, Peter. Left Libertarianism, a Primer. In Valentine, Peter, Steiner, Hillel, 2000. Left Libertarianism and its Critics, The Contemporary Debate. Howe Mills, Basingstoke, Hampshire. Palgrave Publishers Limited. Georgist libertarians, such as eponymous George, 1879, 1892, Steiner. 1977, 1980, 1981, 1992, 1994, and Tideman, 1991, 1997, 1998, hold that agents may appropriate unappropriated natural resources as long as they pay for the competitive value of the rights they claim. 327 Yovin, Curtis, Good Government as Good Customer Service. 328 Yovin, Curtis, Against Political Freedom. 329 Martin Luther King, Jr., Where Do We Go From Here? 1967. www.weltandwant.com. Retrieved 24 May 2023. 330 Babson, Roger, 20 August 1943. Roger Babson sees many changes to come after the war has ended. The Evening Independent. Retrieved 22 August 2014. 331 Brandeis, Louis, 1971. Letters of Louis D. Brandeis. Volume 1. State University of New York Press. p. 82. ISBN 9781438422565 via Google Books. 332 101 plus Famous Thinkers on Owning Earth. Archived from the original on 5 January 2012. Retrieved 22 October 2013. Brandeis said, I find it very difficult to disagree with the principles of Henry George. I believe in the taxation of land values only. 333 How to Abolish Unfair Taxation, an address before a Los Angeles audience, delivered March 1913. Height. tps://books.google.com/books, ID equals RLOFHAACAAJ. 334 Darrow, Clarence. The Land Belongs to the People, PDF. www.um.edu. Everyman. Archived. From the original, PDF, on 8 August 2014. Retrieved 3 August 2014. 335 The Center for Incentive Taxation. Land and Liberty. 24 August 1994. Darrow replied about Georgism, well, you either come to it or go broke. 336 2 letters written in 1934 to Henry George's daughter, Anna George de Mille, archived 12 April 2011 at the Wayback Machine. In one letter Einstein writes, "The spreading of these works is a really deserving cause, for our generation especially has many and important things to learn from Henry George." 337 Elazar, Daniel, the 4th of February, 1955. Earth is the Lord's. Newspapers.com. The Wisconsin Jewish Chronicle. Retrieved the 23rd of November, 2014. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 338 Wilhelm, Donald, the 5th of September, 1942. Henry Ford talks about war and your future. Liberty Magazine. Archived from the original on the 24th of March, 2019. Retrieved the 23rd of November, 2014. Henry Ford says that every American family can have a piece of land. We ought to tax all idle land the way Henry George said, tax it heavily, so that its owners would have to make it productive. 339 McCallum, Spencer H. Summer-Fall 1997. The Alternative Georgist Tradition, PDF. Fragments. 35. Archived from the original, PDF, on the 30th of October, 2014. Retrieved the 30th of October, 2014. 340 Foldbury, Freddie. April, 2004. Heath, Estranged Georgist. American Journal of Economics and Sociology. 63, 24114312, 10.1001.2000-2.900204.00295.x. 341 Justice for Mumia Abu Jamal. Archived from the original on the 6th of August, 2007. 342 Kennedy, Margery. Money and the Land Grab. Share the Rents. Archived from the original on 21 December, 2021. Retrieved the 12th of December, 2013 via YouTube. 343 Lincoln, John. Fighting for Fundamentals. Archived from the original on the 24th of December, 2013. Retrieved the 5th of December, 2013. 344 Magee invented the landlord's game, predecessor to Monopoly. 345 Dodson, Edward J. How Henry George's principles were corrupted into the game called Monopoly. Retrieved the 1st of October, 2013. 346 Gaffney, Mason. Henry George Dr. Edward McGlynn and Pope Leo XIII, PDF. Retrieved the 25th of January, 2014. 347 offers $250,000 for a single tax campaign. Joseph Fells pledges that sum for 5 years here and in England. If there is an equal fund commission of single taxes formed to raise the fund. Roosevelt, Taft, and Hughes said to be friendly. The New York Times. New York Times. May the 8th. 1909 retrieved the 30th of October, 2014. 348 Post, Louis F. 2002. The Prophet of San Francisco, Personal Memories and Interpretations of Henry George. The Minerva Group. ISBN 9780898758337 via Google Books. 349 Bwell, Thomas B. 1974. The Quiet Warrior. Boston, Little, Brown. ISBN 9780870215629 via Google Books. 350 American single taxers invade tiny Andorra, Fisk Warren carries their gospel to the Republic. Hidden for 12 centuries in the Pyrenees between France and Spain. The New York Times. April 16, 1916. Retrieved 9 December, 2013. 351 Sinclair, Upton. The consequences of land speculation are tenantry and debt on the farms, and slums and luxury in the cities. Retrieved 29 July, 2014. 352 Stanley, Buda, 1990. Visionaries and Planners, the Garden City Movement and the Modern Community. Oxford University Press. ISBN 9780195362886 via Google Books. Wallace described Progress and Poverty as undoubtedly the most remarkable and important book of the present century. 353 Dudden, Arthur, 1971. Joseph Fels and the Single Tax Movement. Temple University Press. ISBN 9780877220107. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 354 Altman, Sam, the 25th of April, 2024. Moore's Law for Everything. Moore's Law for Everything. Archived from the original on the 25th of April, 2024. Retrieved the 25th of April, 2024. The concept is widely supported by economists. The value of land appreciates because of the work society does around it, the network effects of the companies operating around a piece of land, the public transportation that makes it accessible, and the nearby restaurants, coffee shops, and access to nature that makes it desirable. Because the landowner didn't do all that work, it's fair for that value to be shared with the larger society that did. 355 https://www.youtube.com/watch?v=DQNNXHOJ0AA, bare URL. External links, edit. Quotations related to Georgism at Wikiquote. Categories: Georgism, Agrarianism, Economic Ideologies, Eponymous Economic Ideologies, Eponymous Political Ideologies, Land Value Taxation, Left Libertarianism, History of Liberalism, Property Taxes, Schools of Economic Thought, Tax Reform in the United States. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF.